Well, morning folks, here we are again, and Matt's got off to a flyer.
It's one dismal morning, I must say, folks. It's a major contrast to the last session, which was Christmas Eve. The winds returned, and so has the rain, but the weatherman and the weather girl tell us that it's going to clear during the course of the morning, around about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, is it, Mark?
Yeah, something like that. So
it's not cold, folks. It's really, really mild for this time of the year. The temperature is well above average, but as Mark says, left hand rod rattled off, only been in the water about 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Incidentally, for the purpose of the blog, we're in the same swims again, and it's a nice start. And just say that, Mark, about 6 or 7 pounds.
Yeah, 6 or 7. Nice fish for in there, really.
It is really
nice and clean.
It's got a mouth, but lovely. I'm just on my way over to get me first coffee of the the session, and well, a bit of a stop-start take. I think the fish actually picked the rig up and swam at me, because when I pulled into it there was just a stat line, wound down, tip's gone over, and that's my prize, folks. So fingers crossed we're in for a few more today.
Yeah, great start, mate.
And some more twitching on the zig, mate.
Well, I'm going to give it another bash, I think. Be rude not to.
But we're here doing it, folks, and that's half the battle. So let's hope this is the first of a few.
And this will be the last session of the year.
Oh yes. Okay then, it's just approaching 20 to 9. Myself and Mark were the only anglers here up until about 5 minutes ago. Someone's just pulled up in the car park, so fair play to him. But just going to set the scene on today's session. As you can hear from the pitter-patter on the top of the brolly and the little rings on the surface of the water, it's absolutely bucketing it down at the moment. But as we previously said in the opening piece of the blog, that according to the forecast, it's supposed to clear quite quickly this morning, around about 10, possibly 11 o'clock. So be nice just to fish in a bit of dry weather, I've got to be honest, because as you can see, it's absolutely a quagmire. So I won't be surprised if I fall over today. I was a bit surprised I didn't do it in the last session, but it is really, really treacherous conditions. So it's a bit of a steep walk down to the rods, and a bit of a dip there, so I've got to be careful. But yep, in the same swims. Mark's got his, he's just put his trusted zig out, so it'll be interesting to see if that works today. But we got here at first light and we haven't seen a fish roll, whereas Christmas Eve we saw around about 5 or 6 shows. So that's turned us something. It was quite cold yesterday, and I think it was Friday we had a really vicious frost. So was it Friday or Saturday? I've lost track of days, to be quite honest. Christmas has screwed me brain regards the days of the week. But got a nice fish under the belt. It's always nice to catch a fish early in any session. So yep, let's see what today brings. Just having a bit of a pan around the lake. Incidentally, same tactics again, same bait, CM2 on the left-hander, which is the one I had the bite on, and that one's got a CM1 pop-up on the top, and the right-hander's fishing the Bonothan with a Bonothan pop-up, snowman presentations, and I've literally just sliced the boilie in half, and I've got it in a little bag. I was using 2 boilies crushed up in the Christmas Eve session, but you know, in my opinion, it's just wasting PVA. So literally a mouthful. And I mean, there's a lot of fish in here around about the stamper fish that I showed you this morning, around about 5-6 pound. So you know, that's amicable. It's just a nice mouthful there. So that's the tactics. Nice easy fishing. I'm going to have a nice brew now. Catch you in a bit. Mark's turn now. It's just a shade after 9 o'clock, and I think he was debating whether to reel a rod in and put a zig out. I thought he had done. I mentioned that. earlier, but he hadn't. He'd just gone out with the same approach as me and 2 bottom baits. So he was just about to bring a rod in and stick a zig out, and it's as you can see, off it's gone. So his non-blank season, he's still on. Well, this is the final session of the year, so if he does this, it's one hell of an achievement to go through an entire season without blanking. Credit to him. And he's done it. Result. Nice one, Mark. But not the most picturesque of carp you're ever going to catch, Mark. He's a sorry old, poor old soul, that one, mate. But
yeah, been up to a few times, I think.
But that one completes the jigsaw.
Yeah, it does. Really happy with it, but expected it really down here, but you never know. Fishing's fishing.
Well, that's it.
As everybody else knows. Some days you expect it and you don't get nothing.
This is the last session of 2013, mate, and you've gone through an entire season without blanking. That's one hell of an achievement.
Yep, we've had some hard days and some easy days, but the hard ones we've normally managed to nick one at the death.
Yeah.
And just about managed. But I think you've only had possibly 2 or 3 yourself this season, so...
yeah, it's, I can't complain, you know, it's been another great year, both here in the UK and France, but yeah, I've had, I think I've only had about 3, you're right?
Yeah, so that, I mean, remarkable, really, compared to seasons in past. It just shows how you do get better at angling, and I think we've learnt a few things, especially last week on the zig, like.
I don't think you ever stop learning, mate, to be honest.
That's it.
You know.
So, the more information we can give people, and the more information they can give us.
Oh yeah.
Better for all.
We're no secret squirrels here, mate. If anyone's got anything they'd like to share with us, we're all ears.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Well, I'm going to put this bar of soap back.
Yeah, he's starting to have a bit of a flap. Great stuff.
That's
well, just respotted. Mark's had another one. Smallest one on the session so far. The other angler who's arrived has parked himself on the left-hand bank, and we've been watching him putting some bait on the side of that island there, and we've seen, well, Mark has a fish show over his baited spot, so I think that's the first fish on record today that we've seen crash out. The rain did abort for a short period, but as you can hear by the pitter patter on the brolly again, it's back. So still wet and windy, folks. And the old aerator. We think there's been a match here over the weekend, because certainly in my peg and in Mark's peg as well, there's maggots crawling all across the ground of the swims. So the aerator there, I've primed again with some chops, so that's another option for later. And we may even bring a rod in closer. Reason being, they do have a lot of silverfish matches down on this venue over the winter months, and I reckon the average pole line is around about 8 metres. So if there's bait gone in over the weekend, that might be an option. And certainly if they've been fishing for the silvers and maggots, you never know, there could be fish still on the odd 1 or 2 maggots that are still on the lake bed. I don't know, just a theory. So I may even bring the rod in a bit shorter during the day if I don't have any more action on the spots that I'm fishing already. And I certainly ain't neglecting the aerator. I mean, the swim next door to me, which is there, that's perfect range to fish a pole. So as I say, I primed it with some chops, and that will be an area which I'll try again a bit later on in the day. So just a quick update, folks. Let's see what the rest of the day's got in store, or the rest of the morning, should I say. I must admit, I'll be happy if this rain subsides. Not too bothered about the overcast conditions and the wind, because it's not a cold wind. but the rain's really making the banks mucky. That's better. And Mark's already gone over, so hopefully the rain will subside in the next hour or so.
Well, Matt's bagged a mirror. Look at that, folks.
Yeah, right hand rod this time. I just respotted it and it was in the water about 10 minutes, and for such a reasonable range it was an absolutely blistering take.
Yeah.
Right out the blue, and that's my first mirror of today's session.
I don't know about the Matt in the blue, Matt. It's more out the grey and rain today. But
been knocked about again, I'm afraid. His mouth's not the best.
Oh dear.
Look at that. What a shame, but
nice scale pattern on that one, though.
Scale pattern, that one right in the middle. It's like a glittery scale.
Yeah, we were just saying that the wind's starting to pull round now onto that bank, so being so mild, it might push a few more over there for you.
Fingers crossed.
So, well, not a bad fish.
Nope.
But certainly not the best. All right then, mate.
Cheers, mate.
We'll get him back.